Here's something surprising. According to recent studies, many people actually prefer spending time alone. Whether it's recharging after a busy day or finding creative inspiration, solitude offers unexpected benefits that most people don't realize. In fact, those who embrace it often report being happier, more focused, and emotionally resilient. But why? What is it about being alone that can transform your life? Stay tuned, because today we're diving deep into the profound and often overlooked benefits of solitude, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. In our hyperconnected world, solitude often gets a bad reputation. We're bombarded with images of large social gatherings, busy schedules, and the idea that success is tied to how many connections we maintain. Being alone is often equated with loneliness or even failure. Social media only amplifies this, pushing the narrative that those who aren't constantly surrounded by people are missing out on something essential. But what if solitude is not something to be feared? What if being alone isn't a sign of isolation or loneliness, but a gateway to deeper self-understanding, creativity, and emotional resilience? The ancient Stoics believed that solitude was a path to inner peace, strength, and self-awareness, qualities that are more relevant today than ever before. In this video, we'll explore why the ancient Stoics valued solitude and how their teachings can reveal the hidden benefits of spending time alone. Spoiler alert, you might walk away with a completely different perspective on solitude. So why is solitude often viewed so negatively? A large part of this misconception comes from our modern obsession with constant activity and connection. We live in an era where busyness is a badge of honor. Our calendars are packed, our phones never stop buzzing, and we're encouraged to be on 24/7. Socializing, networking, staying connected, these are all seen as measures of success. It's no wonder that many people feel uneasy when faced with moments of quiet. Society tends to conflate solitude with loneliness. When someone says they enjoy being alone, they're often met with skepticism or concern. It's easy to assume that solitude leads to feelings of isolation or sadness. However, there's a critical difference. Loneliness is the feeling of being disconnected from others, while solitude is a conscious choice to be with oneself. There's an immense societal pressure to be constantly engaged with others, both physically and digitally. We fear that by being alone, we'll somehow fall behind or be left out. But this mindset ignores the fact that solitude, far from being a sign of failure, is a source of strength. The Stoics understood this well. They believed that true wisdom and self-mastery come from within, and that solitude provides the perfect environment for such growth. Let's take a closer look at how solitude can be transformative, particularly through the lens of Stoic philosophy. 1. Increase self-awareness. How well do you really know yourself? In the constant noise of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of your inner thoughts and feelings. We are so busy reacting to external stimuli, work emails, social obligations, the endless stream of information, that we rarely pause to listen to ourselves. The Stoics believed that solitude is a key to unlocking self-awareness. As Seneca wisely put it, retire into yourself as much as you can. When we spend time alone, we create space for reflection. We're able to examine our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions without the distractions of others' opinions. This introspection allows us to understand ourselves on a deeper level, our true desires, motivations, and fears. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. As one of the most powerful emperors in history, he regularly practiced solitude through meditation and journaling. In the quiet moments, he was able to assess his actions, correct his course, and remind himself of his core values. Solitude was his way of staying grounded amid the chaos of ruling an empire. 2. Creativity thrives in silence. Have you ever noticed that your best ideas often come when you're alone? That's not a coincidence. Creativity flourishes in moments of solitude because our minds are free from the distractions of daily life. Without the noise of other people's voices, we can tap into our inner thoughts and let our imaginations run wild. The Stoics understood that solitude creates the perfect conditions for creativity. When we're alone, we enter a state of flow where we can connect ideas that might otherwise remain hidden. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "Only the educated are free, and in this context, education means knowing how to access and develop our own creative potential. Many great artists, writers, and thinkers, from Beethoven to Virginia Woolf to Nikola Tesla, found their greatest inspiration during periods of solitude. It's in these quiet moments that we allow our brains to wander, make unexpected connections, and innovate. Creativity often demands silence, and solitude gives us the space to listen. 3. Emotional resilience. Solitude also offers a unique opportunity to strengthen emotional resilience. We often rely on others to validate our emotions or to provide comfort in times of distress. But when you're alone, you're forced to sit with your own thoughts and feelings. At first, this can be uncomfortable, even painful. But over time, solitude teaches you how to process emotions independently. Stoicism places a heavy emphasis on emotional self-sufficiency. Marcus Aurelius reminds us in his Meditations that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Solitude helps us develop this mental fortitude. By regularly spending time alone, we learn to manage our emotional states without relying on external validation. This emotional independence is one of the most powerful benefits of solitude. When you no longer need external approval or comfort to navigate your emotions, you gain a profound sense of inner peace. Solitude trains you to rely on your own mental and emotional resources, making you stronger and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. Let me share a powerful story that perfectly illustrates the transformative power of solitude. There was once a man, let's call him John, who was constantly surrounded by people. His career demanded that he network constantly, attend social events, and always be on. But as time went on, John began to feel exhausted, disconnected from himself, and emotionally drained. Desperate for clarity, he decided to take a week-long retreat to a cabin in the woods, completely isolated from his busy life. At first, the silence was overwhelming. Without the usual distractions, he was forced to confront uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. But as the days passed, something remarkable happened. In the solitude, John found a renewed sense of purpose. Without the noise of others' expectations, he realized what truly mattered to him. He left the cabin with a clear mind, new ideas, and a deep sense of emotional resilience that would carry him through even the toughest challenges. This story reflects the Stoic belief that solitude can lead to profound personal growth. When we embrace moments of aloneness, we gain access to insights and strength we never knew we had. So, what are the unexpected benefits of solitude? First, it allows us to increase our self-awareness, giving us the space to reflect on who we are and what we want. Second, solitude is a breeding ground for creativity, providing the silence we need to let our imagination soar. And finally, spending time alone helps us build emotional resilience, teaching us to rely on ourselves and find strength within. Far from being something to fear, solitude can be a source of power, clarity, and fulfillment. The ancient Stoics knew this well. They recognized that true wisdom and inner peace come from spending time with yourself, away from the distractions of the world. As Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Solitude helps us realize that most of what we need is already within us. What are your thoughts on solitude? Do you embrace it, or do you find it challenging? Share your experience in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about how Stoic practices can improve your life, check out our next video on mastering emotional resilience with Stoic wisdom. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another Stoic insight. Thanks for watching.